5 years after Katrina, the cost and availability of insurance remains the most significant issue affecting the ongoing recovery. Congressman Gene Taylor spoke to an economic development conference in Bay St. Louis this morning. The congressman told the group he's pushing a bill that would expand the national flood insurance program to let it cover wind damage along with water.
It is incredibly frustrating because the situation that led for homeowners to get screwed by the insurance companies remains the same. The situation that led the taxpayers to pay bills that the insurance companies should have paid remains the same. And we've had what we consider to be the only proposal out there trying to fix that is fair to the homeowner, fair to the taxpayer. And we've just run into a whirlwind of opposition from the insurance industry and some of their lackeys up in Washington, D.C.
Insurance executive Dave Trutel also spoke to the group. He said along with insurance concerns, the BP oil disaster is also affecting recovery. Some people who may have considered building or buying homes have delayed that decision because of uncertainty surrounding the oil crisis.
Now, the news for South Mississippi. WLOX News at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Jeff Lawson.
And I'm Rebecca Powers. 5 years after Katrina, the lack of affordable insurance remains the biggest problem slowing our recovery.
Participants at an economic conference in Hancock County today heard that message from an insurance executive and from Congressman Gene Taylor, who's made the fight for affordable insurance a top priority issue. Steve Phillips tonight in our studio with more on our top story.
Congressman Gene Taylor is passionate about the issue because he speaks from experience. Katrina destroyed his home in Bay St. Louis. His insurance company claimed it was water, not wind, and the congressman was forced to file suit to recover damages. He's pushed hard for a national all-perils insurance program to no avail and is still fighting to add wind coverage to the national flood insurance program.
But by and large, the only thing you can say about the insurance industry after the storm was they screwed everybody equally. And I do mean that.
Congressman Gene Taylor minces no words when pushing for insurance reform. He says insurance companies got together after Katrina and generally agreed to blame water over wind for Katrina damages, thus limiting their liability.
When they didn't pay, number one, people are forced to go to court. In my case, it was almost 2 years from the day of the storm that I got paid. The day we were supposed to go to trial, the insurance company suddenly got very generous and paid.
Convincing his colleagues in Congress to go along with the idea of adding wind coverage to the flood program is an uphill battle, to say the least. He faces opposition from a powerful insurance lobby and from some in his own political party, including the administration.
By and large, it's going to be a party line vote, and unfortunately, when the administration says we're not for it, there are going to be a bunch of Democrats who won't vote for it. We need the administration to change their tune.
We're trying to attract new companies. We've seen some new companies that have come in. We're starting to see a little bit of positive things, but it still hasn't affected the rates to the extent that it's helped the local economy.
Compounding the insurance dilemma, the oil crisis. Homeowners already weary with high premium costs didn't need another reason to reconsider rebuilding.
Do people want to come back and build again? The ones that have waited this long. And we were seeing some upward trends. The numbers were positive up until about April. But we've seen the stutter step right now, due in part to the BP issue. Are we going to regain that? We hope we will.
Congressman Taylor's bill is expected to be voted on sometime this fall, but it faces significant opposition, especially from the well-financed and powerful insurance industry lobby. The congressman also says it's critical the Obama administration give this issue a second look. Jeff, Rebecca?